Hi there, Cancer. Welcome to Love or Tarot. I'm your host here, Jay. If you've never seen my beautiful mug before, that's who I am. But I did want to let you know a few disclaimers before we go ahead and get started, and that's that energy is fluid, it is not linear. So that means this message could pertain to you, past, present, and future. That also means that this message could relate to someone that you're energetically connected to and not you at all. And if in fact that is the case, please be sure to share this video with them as they need this message, okay? Ooh, okay. I asked Spirit, how is Cancer feeling? Bossed up. And I'm sorry, my guides don't talk to me, okay? Always in the most sweetest, okay? Of wisdom. Sometimes it's just real regular. And I appreciate them for that because they know I need that. But how is Cancer feeling bossed up? Bossed up. Okay. I transitioned. Okay. From my ego to a hero. I've made a shift. I've made a shift. I've made a shift. Okay. For others of you, it's the need for a shift. And we're gonna get to this energy, okay? Because for those of you who need a shift, we'll talk about why. And for those of you who have already experienced the shift, congratulations, because it feels very confident. Very, very confident. And I'm not even used to Cancer having such a way about them. You, like, Cancer, what's going on? Like, you are excited about life, open to new opportunities, not sweating the small stuff. Let's get into it. So we had the Knight of Wands in reverse, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Temperance card in reverse. So some of us are just in a place that's so confident that we can't see where balance may be needed. Okay, where balance may be needed, where we need to reflect more and push less. Reflect more and push less. So, okay. Reflect more and push less. So for some of you Cancers out there, you've been in a space where you've kind of let other people take the reins in relationships, in your adult life. You've kind of let a lot of people make decisions for you. And you're now in a position, or you've taken the position where you want to be in charge of your own life. And not only do you want to be in charge of your own life, you want to go about things in a way that may not be expected of you. Okay. And I'm hearing some people say, like, oh, I don't let people tell me what to do and that sort of thing, or this isn't my reading. And if it's not yours, that's perfectly understandable. I completely get it. No tea, no shade. If you like to stay, then stay. There may be other messages present here for you. But in particular, with a very specific group, if I'm honest with myself, I've allowed, those people are in that space where, if I'm honest with myself, I've allowed people to kind of take the reins. I've allowed people to make some decisions for me that I may not necessarily have been cool with. But I went along. I went along with it. I accepted it even though I didn't want it. Okay? And you're now coming to a point where Spirit is telling you it's time to balance the scales. It's time for you to not just speak about being a person separate from other individuals that may desire control over you, but actually exercising that space within yourself to say, you know what? This isn't an ego thing. This is a hero thing. I'm not going to be trapped in my ego, but I am going to be my own hero. I am going to, strive to save myself from doing things that make me feel a little crazy, or, participating in relationships or spaces that don't aid my highest good. Like, you're really starting to, see and feel that certain people around you really don't want what's best for you. Really don't want what's best for you. And it hurts because these are people that you've had relationships and friendships with for a very long time. And you're starting to realize, wow, you really don't have my best interests at heart. And I thought you did. I thought you did. And I can admit this kind of stings. But instead of you going into a place where you're closed off, where you're hurt and you're crying and you're overwhelmed and you just can't understand, you're like, okay, that stung. That was shady. I can't lie, that hurt. But because of who I am now, I can't allow you to be a roadblock in my life. I can't allow you to be a roadblock in my life. Spirit, could you tell us more about the Knight of Wands? Spirit, could you tell us more about the Knight of Wands? Yeah. So, the Death card in reverse, that resistance to change. You're moving out of being in that space where you're resistant to change. You're trying to find yourself in more of a space of embracing change. Okay? And the Queen of Cups, out for the Queen of Cups, is the Knight of Cups in reverse. No one's coming to save me but me. That's it. No one's coming to save me but me. I've been looking for a savior in relationships. I've been looking for a savior in friendships. If I'm honest with myself. I've been looking for my joy in everybody else except for me. Everybody else except for me. I've been looking for my joy in everybody else except for myself. Spirit, could you tell us more about... Ooh, Jesus, Lord. I'm so glad those cards didn't fall. And Spirit is saying, like, you fell on your face a few times. And you're finally like, okay, I know what I want now. Wow, this is powerful. Cancer, I'm so excited. Okay, and out for the Temperance card is the King of Cups. Okay, so now we have divine counterparts on the board. Okay, we have divine counterparts on the board. We have the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. Understanding that the balance has to exist within you to serve both your feminine and your masculine. To not just be the person that needs to nurture and care for everyone, but also the person that needs to, not just the person that needs to nurture and care for yourself. Okay? Because that's where that confidence is coming from. That confidence is coming from, I've bossed up. I deserve to be treated well. I deserve to be respected. But also protecting yourself. Reaching this from a very mental, logical point of view. Not just I deserve respect, but I'm going to protect my integrity. I'm going to protect my heart. I'm going to protect the space that I'm in. And I'm not just going to share my space with anyone. This space that I'm creating for myself is sacred. And because it's sacred, I'm going to also defend it. I'm not just going to let what I'm not comfortable with be okay. And it's a true give and take. It's that balance. You're in your divine feminine. You're embracing being in that space, but you also have to embrace being in your masculine as well. You have to embrace being in your masculine as well. That, you're masculine, while sometimes rough or harsh to some people, the balance is needed. You can be honest and not crazy. you can be real without being aggressive, right? You can be hurt without being torn apart and completely overwhelmed. That's possible. That's possible. And you're realizing that. You're recognizing it. Okay, so I'm going to pull you some cards of advice, Cancer. Cancer, y'all are always going through things. You're always going through things. But remember, the biggest lesson here is balance. It's not to say you're doing bad, because you're not. You're not doing bad. But it's spirit just trying to remind you that as much as you're feeling good, that you just have to remain in a space that's balanced. Yes. Okay. So also, and I also need to note, because Spirit is pushing me to note this, that love is important here too. So, Cancer, you may be in a situation with someone. You may be in a situation with someone where, your side is being heard and theirs isn't. You have to allow both sides to be heard. You have to allow both sides to express themselves. If you really truly want to be with someone, you have to accept their apology. You have to accept their apology. Because apology is being given. And you may not necessarily want it. Or you may not necessarily be in the space for it. But allowing yourself space to forgive if that's what you want to do. Or to say, you know what? I'm not in that space to forgive you right now. I need a little bit more time. But I love you. And I do want to work this out. If that's the space that you're in. But it's about being honest with yourself. And it's not just about letting other people have what they want. It's also about you experiencing and getting what you want. Caring for yourself. Being there for yourself. Being honest with yourself. If I want you, I want you. If I don't, I don't. That's it. Hopefully I'm speaking loud enough and y'all can hear me, because I know sometimes y'all say I sound like I'm whispering, but I'm really not. Pretty loud, but I don't know. So out for your cards here for the advice, you have White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Because you have to. You gotta trust in the magic. And Otter Spirit, you are never alone. And for me, this always goes both ways. Otters are such great lovers. I mean, look at that. They love each other. So for some of you, like I said, for that divine counterpart situation where, the two of you truly do love each other. Truly do love each other. Truly do want the best for each other. It's okay to be in love. It's okay for people to make mistakes. Okay? But it's also okay for you to draw a line in the sand and say, listen, this not going to happen again. Do you understand me? It's okay for you to draw a line in the sand. Okay? But then I also think about, just spirit, your guides. You're never alone. You are never alone. Even when you feel like you are, you're not. You're present in the midst of friends, of people that truly love you. Your honorable ancestors, honey. Electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. Bring your ideas to life. So those things that you're feeling, those things, the things that you have deep in your heart and in your gut that you feel the need to say them. Say them. If something don't feel good, say it don't feel good. If something feels great, say it feels great. Speak your mind. Allow your voice to be heard in the room where you've once were so quiet. Allow your voice to be heard. Transformation is beautiful. And don't be afraid of the change. Don't be afraid of, going from being a caterpillar to the butterfly. Don't be afraid. You got wings now. Take those wings and fly and stop crawling on the ground. You're a butterfly now. Okay? And you've grown. And you have to acknowledge your growth. Acknowledge your growth within yourself. Like, wow, I'm so glad I'm not where I used to be. And, I too, without even knowing you, Cancer, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Because growth is always a good thing. Growth is always a beautiful space to be in. So you did it. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for continuing to grow because the healing never ends. And I love you. So peace, love, and light to you and all those you love. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye now.